Alright, so I'm going to be trying to show you, is it really worth it to mod some of these old guys? As you can see here, I've taken the air restrictor out, taped over the plunger tube of an old Reflex with this guy. This is an unmodified, straight up old one I need to still fix. Now some of these are showing, that shows 45 feet per second, probably shot about 20 feet. The modified one shot about 56 feet per second, shot about 5 feet farther, just for taking out the air restrictor and taping over the plunger hole. So it took about maybe 10-15 minutes to do after the second and third time I did it. First time I had to learn, watch the video, it took maybe 20 minutes, a little fumbling around with the springs, but you know, not that difficult. This is a Recon. I've got 2 zombie strike darts in here. Nothing done to this. And of course I get an error message. So I gotta reset this guy. I think it's because largely I'm losing sunlight. Second shot here. I gotta wait for the timer to go down. Ready to go. So 51 feet per second, right out of the box. And that was like an old eBay sale. Here's one where the plunger didn't even work, so I went and bought an orange ModWorks Massacre kit, so it's polycarbonate internals, and a large butt spring right there. So there's no air restrictor, it's got a better spring. And that one ended up on my roof at 95 feet per second. That's incredible. And 100 feet per second. So this guy is shooting really hard, almost twice as hard. But the Massacre kit costs about $15 to $18 shipped. It's probably a little cheaper now, it's on closeout. But you could buy an entire Retaliator off eBay for that same amount. Won't shoot that hard, but then again, not a lot does. Then we have a Raider, which used to be great because the capacity, you should have a 35 round drum on it, but once you take that away from it, really a really poor man's Rampage. Now, give it a better spring from Orange ModWorks, but that's all I did with this one. So you're talking about a $4 spring plus a little bit of shipping. 62, 67. Okay, that was actually the one with the air restrictor taken out of it. This one is just the spring. Sorry, I got that little backed up. No, wait, I'm wrong. This one was a spring. This one is a spring, air restrictor, taped over the plunger hole, took out the locks. Let's see if it's worth the extra effort. 69, 72. So you're seeing minor improvements. About the only thing that really showed a major improvement was the Massacre kit, but it pretty much tripled the cost of the gun off buying it just like a thrift store. If you're getting this for $5, you want to spend $15 to put all that in it to make it just twice as good. Now this shoots about 100 feet per second. Sometimes it shoots in the 70s or 80s, but that's almost competitive with some of the better like elite alpha troopers that you mod. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, this is just a shell. You can put better stuff into it. But if you're just going to buy stuff off thrift stores and use them, there's an aftermarket cost if you want to make them competitive. Now, like me, if I just get a spring in there for this, I'm pretty much fine with the 60s. Anything in the 60s will be good for my Nerf party kit. And it probably costs me maybe $6 a spring because I buy in bulk. If you just want to tape over a hole and take out the air restrictor, you can pretty much make it a little bit better, and maybe somewhere in the 50s is good for a casual game. That'd be good for you. So how much money do you really want to spend when someone can get a Strife, which like right now at Walmart, if you're in the right place, will give them away for $10 in closeout, and a couple of wires, and 20 bucks later, you've got a gun that shoots over 100 feet per second. When it comes to guns like this, it's probably worth it if you just want to have some fun casually. But if you really want to go super pro and go with the electric flywheels, this probably isn't the video for you. So that's what I'm showing you, some minor differences. It takes a lot more to go from this Raider with a little bit of extra juice into it, or this guy where I just threw a spring in it. So you're looking at maybe $6 in 10 minutes just to get the screws off, or maybe 45 minutes to an hour if it's the first time you're doing it, and the same amount of work with the spring and some other stuff in there to get 4 feet per second. Honestly, you're better off just kind of buying a Rampage if your time is worth it for you. So that's it. If you enjoy modding, I would say do it for practice. But otherwise, there are better guns out there, and this may not be greatly worth it to you unless you're really willing to spend money on Orange ModWorks, or maybe making your own brass cylinders inside using CPVC. That's, you know, PVC pipe that you cut for yourself. If you really want to get into it, it is very much worth it. But casually, honestly, just buy better guns. I hate to say it that way when it comes down to it. I'm getting into it because I enjoy it, but hey, your results may vary. See you later.